Yo, what's up everyone? Muzi Beats here, and today we're going to be watching this video from She's the Music. The video is called Beats for Beginners with Kenny Beats. You know, we're gonna leave a like, we're gonna subscribe, and then we're just gonna leave a comment. Great video. You can do the same too, you know, comment or subscribe because it helps algorithm and whatnot. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get right into it.
If someone comes in and they make whatever style of music, I need to make sure I have something applicable to them, and then I can get to it and manipulate it really fast.
What Kenny's talking about is something that is overlooked a lot in music, especially in beat production. Organization helps with productivity. Personally, the way I have my things organized is I have it in packs, and then I have this 2021 folder, this 2022 folder. All my drums, you know, I have it organized in Afro, boom bap, drill, trap, West Coast hip hop. I have my loops. I have it sorted out by months, and then I have my mastering presets, my favorite sounds out of all the packs I have, and then I have all my tags. Now, the best way to do this is, if you're using a Mac, what I like to do is you go to FL Studio, right click, show package contents, you go to contents. If you're using a PC, just find contents on your PC. Go to resources, FL, and then I like to go to data, patches, and then I like to go to packs. I have this loop right here, which I just made a beat with pretty recently, so I'm gonna play, but I have this loop here. So knowing how important organization is, I want this loop to be somewhere where I can easily access it. I don't have to go to my downloads. I can just access it directly from FL Studio. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it into this section here, 2022. I'm going to put it in loops, and then I'll create a new folder. I'll call it September, and then I'll just add it into September. Directly from my DAW now, if I go to loops and then I go to September, the exact loop I just showed you before has now popped up in the section. Has now popped up, and I can just drag it into my DAW. He's completely right. You need to store as many sounds in your laptop as possible, and you need to make it easy to get to. Accessible basically, and the best way to do this is to ensure that it's in your FL Studio folder so that you can just quickly get to what you need to get to. Let's see what he talks about next.
So let's say you hear the artist singing, and they're kind of singing ba-bum, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Kind of know what the speed is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You can go right up to here in the top corner to your tap tempo button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep clicking it until you start to see a pretty consistent number. Okay, I can tell that's about 145.
In FL Studio, especially, you use markers here. Now, when you're working with samples or loops, it's basically in 4s, 8s, and 16s. Those are 3 important numbers you have to remember. It's either the loop is in a 4, because that's the timestamp most people use for music, yeah? It's 4x4. So if we go to tempo here, the tempo box, and we drag up, you can see that this loop here is kind of long, yeah? We drag up and whatnot, and we go to the 16th bar. 246 is an awkward number for when you're trying to make music. A lot of loops will not be in 246. Usually loops are in the double time range or in the normal time range. So 246, that's not possible. So we will drag down, and let's try 8. 123. Now 123 sounds like a good time signature for double time. So if we, you hear that? Our loop's now on time. Let's move on to the next section.
Now another thing you can do with Warp is transpose. So with this transpose knob right here, you can now put this in any key you want to, high or low.
Okay, so transposing is very important, and it's something I use all the time when I'm making loops, because on Loopman, like thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even thousands of producers go onto that site. They are always downloading the same loops as you. To make your loop sound a little bit more unique, what you can do is you can kind of pitch it up or down just to make it sound a little bit more interesting. So I like to left click. If you left click on it, this window pops up. Time stretching, there is this pitch knob. 1200 cents means that it's pitched an octave up. Minus 1200 cents means that it's pitched an octave down. Now, if we press options or alt and then left click, it's gonna set it back to 0. So personally, one of my favorite cents to put all my loops at, this is usually my go-to move. I usually pitch down 400 cents because I don't know what it is. Everything always just sounds darker and great when you pitch something down 400 cents. That's what it's gonna sound like. Depending on what type of vibe you're trying to get for your beat, it's important to pitch your loops up or pitch them down. Like let's say we pitched it up 400 cents. Yeah, so I want you to always, I'll leave this at 400 cents. So I want you to always remember to try pitch your loops up or down because it can heavily affect the way it sounds. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing else. But then, thank you very much for making it all the way through the video. I really appreciate this. If you actually made it, I know there's a small amount of you that actually do this. I just want to say again, shout out to She's the Music. You know, my female audience is not that much. I probably have only like 1.8%. 1.8% of you watching right now could be a woman. So, you know, it's very appreciative. I appreciate all organizations or all people that try to encourage women to get into music, which either could be being rappers or production, engineering. You know, there's a lot of women that are killing it out there right now. So I wanted to say thank you again to She's the Music and Kenny Beats for making that wonderful video. I recommend you go to She's the Music. The link will be in my bio. Go subscribe to their channel too. If you want any of my other videos, some more will pop up right in front of my face, and go click on those. See you in the next video.